guys, my name is Tamara Chambers.
And I am Malcolm Ray.
And this is Tamara's Never Seen. Tamara and Malcolm have never seen. So today we're doing Blair Witch, the 1999 version, and then Blair Witch, the 2016 version.
So we're gonna just tackle them one at a time?
Yeah, and I guess compare and contrast, and we're both very excited. We're gonna hair flip.
Yep. There you go.
There's gonna be cats involved. Malcolm knows the drill.
I do. I got the phone call.
So let's do
it.
Yeah. Tamara's Never Seen.
Tamtoberfest.
With Malcolm Ray.
That wasn't very good. Okay, guys, so we have watched both movies, and I think first we should talk about the 1999 version.
In order, the original one.
I don't know what I thought it was boring.
Yeah, it was boring. It was boring, but it was like one of the first found footage films, like really to, establish itself as a genre,
Right.
And, it's a cool concept, it's like film students, we're going out and we're gonna, do a documentary about this lore, this Blair Witch, and...
Right, which they spent a lot of time and marketing in to kind of developing that, like, is this real? And people thought it was real. I love that aspect.
Yeah, I love the hype.
Yeah, the hype is really cool, and because now I feel like that couldn't happen with the internet.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. I mean, a few years ago it happened with Paranormal Activity. It kinda, similar kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
I just remember this coming out and me not being allowed to watch this movie.
Same. Saying, oh, these kids died. They died in the forest.
So the first one, the actors are good.
Yeah.
The girl, the lead, Heather, she kind of got on my nerves, but I think her character is supposed to kind of be like overbearing.
Yeah, she's like, we must get this footage. We have to get the film made.
Right.
Yeah. We know people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I found myself wanting to see more, though I liked the tension it built by not seeing anything.
Yeah. You're definitely left like wanting. It peaks, but there's never any payoff.
The end is so odd to me. They're in the house or whatever, and the guy that she's with is like huddled in the corner of the room.
Yeah, no, he's like standing like at the just staring at the wall, and she's like calling out his name, I think.
And then she just collapses.
Yeah, I think she collapses, or she just drops the camera and she's like taken away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whose house is it? And like, why is it? Yeah.
I don't get it. I guess they were so focused on the concept of, it could be real. We don't need to explain ourselves. And
it's like, well, you kind of have to write a story, though.
Feed it to us, but at least leave us hints. I don't think there were enough hints.
Yeah, some really noteworthy, creepy things happening though, like the, the twig things in the forest where they were camping, and like the pile of rocks was creepy.
The goo, like there was some goo on their stuff.
Yeah. That was cool, and like they kind of toyed a little bit with the idea of them kind of like losing their sanity a little bit, which is cool.
Yeah, hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy, because I mean you're like lost. It's terrifying. Like it's such a terrifying idea. I just didn't reach it.
And they were messing around with them going in a circle. But honestly, it's like, why didn't they follow the creek? They just follow the creek. Just follow the creek.
Anyone
Yeah, it's like it leads to something.
Yeah, it's not a circle creek.
Yeah, just like a creek.
A lazy river.
It's a lazy river in the forest. They were at Six Flags the whole time, guys.
Like Hurricane Harbor. He's the witch. That's
he's the witch. It's like I had your season pass.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was, enjoyable up to that point. Just didn't.
I wish it would have went somewhere, delivered just like a little bit. I was going into it expecting nothing. I thought I was really not gonna like it at all.
Yeah, same. And I found myself enjoying it as it was, picking up. I'm like, okay, where's this going?
right, I can see this. This is cool. It's a slow crawl, but it's leading somewhere.
The filmmakers themselves, like, they had black and white footage representing what was, you know, going to be their documentary, and the color footage was there behind the scenes. I thought that was a good way to keep track of, you know, what was what.
Definitely.
So that was creative. I like that.
I was excited to see the second one because I heard that you did see something of the witch, like you saw a little bit of
and it's
her.
explained more.
Yeah, and they were like, they continued the story on really well. And then I heard people on Facebook were like, oh, it was not good. But a couple people, like Walter from Awesome Comics, was like, yeah, like it's not that great, but like the end is scary. And like I was like, okay, well, I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be interesting. Especially since I expected nothing from the first and I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't like hate it at least. I was like excited.
Same. We're talking about the 2016 one. Yeah, no, I was like pumped to go see this one, and you know, there was just like some, you know, scheduling conflicts, and like I ended up seeing the film. I eventually ended up seeing the film.
It was, oh god, I just sat up and there's a lot of cat hair in the air. So the 2016. Lots more characters.
Yeah, way more characters than I felt necessary.
I don't even know any of their names.
Yeah, I mean, this film was weird.
Well, his friend had she was in film school, and she had to do a documentary style thing, and so she was like, let's continue the story.
Of course.
And he was like super down, and which I think is a cool way to continue it.
Yeah.
So somebody uploaded some footage on YouTube that had never been seen before. And so they were like, let's go figure out where they filmed it. So they go to find those people, and they get to the people, and the people are like, well, you have to take us with you. If you're gonna go out into those woods, we're coming too. And so then it's like even more people.
Yeah, it's a lot of characters that I didn't really care to get to know. Like, there was no real fleshing out of the characters. It's just a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Like, were they high school or college?
I think maybe like first year college.
Yeah.
It seems. But then like very like almost shot for shot. Like in the first movie, I remember this shot where they're leaving their car to go into the woods, and they keep the camera on the car for a long time, and I thought that was so odd.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It's like car, it's being left behind.
Right.
Is it gonna get stolen?
But they did the same thing in the 2016 version. I thought that was cool. Although, like, unnecessary. Like, they just shouldn't have been in the first one. But they do similar things with, like, the, you know, whatever, twig guys and the rock formations.
Yeah, and I don't know, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what they did differently in this film.
Something that I liked that was different in the newer one is that there was like a time loop aspect.
Yeah, there was that aspect. I like that effect they used
I did too.
with the camera too, like the transitions and stuff.
They finally left the two people that were going to show them those things, and they left to get help. And then they ran into them again in the forest, and they were like, how long has it been since we saw you last? And the people were like, it's like this morning we saw you. And they were like, no, it's been 5 days since we saw you. So it's like different time loops for different characters, which I think is cool.
It was introducing another aspect that was not previously there.
I guess they like hinted at it a bit in the first one with like, they said like the days lasted forever, and so like it was like hinted at. Which I liked that, because that's horrifying to be like.
Yeah, it's like.
Have no sense of time or where you are. Yeah. Like the drone shot where they're like trying to find their way out, and the drone goes up and there's no streets or no like trails or anything. I'm like, well, you don't know where you are, and you don't know what time is right now. So that's
cool.
Scary.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. It gets really confusing though at points. Like something happens and they start screaming, and then the camera goes ballistic. It's just like all over the place. I'm like, it takes me right out of it. I'm like, okay, you're shaking the camera at me. So I'm just like, I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, don't insult your audience. We know it's a found footage film, but I mean, if you're just gonna shake the camera at us.
I mean, literally, it's just like.
Yeah, you got like a bigger budget. You got notoriety. You got the internet.
There's like that scene where one of the girls like breaks the little stick figure thing in half, and then that girl just like breaks in half.
Yeah, like she dies. I was like, oh, are these like voodoo twig dolls.
Right, but then that's the last you hear of that.
Yeah.
It just seems like there's just a lot of like plots happening. I was talking to Jim about the, or maybe it was Walter, about the girl who got the injury in her foot. I thought that was supposed to be like a worm.
Yeah, I thought it was a
something?
worm, yeah.
It was supposed to be wood. Walter was saying this, that it's supposed to be wood. And you know the witch creature at the end with like the pointy like legs and whatever?
Oh yeah!
She's supposed to be turning into one of those. And like...
Oh, that was like a big splinter coming out of her foot.
Yeah, it was like a big splinter. And so that's what it was hinting at, but that was never explained.
Yeah, I'm like...
Ever.
I thought it was a bug too.
It looked like a bug or a
Yeah,
worm
I
or
was
something.
like-
I was like, that's creepy, but
Yeah.
why? I did enjoy that she got, I didn't enjoy it, but like I thought it was a good part that she got injured because then that was like the start of like everything
Yeah.
happening with them. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this
ups
is-
the stakes a little.
Yeah, it heightens the stakes. It did! Like everything that happens, it just kind of like ends up, you know, kind of falling short.
And they make it to the house.
Yeah, they find the house.
And the brother thinks that he hears Heather, or sees Heather or whatever, and it's like, well, it's been 20 years, so no.
Yeah,
not
no,
Heather.
it's probably not Heather.
She hasn't been living in the woods for 20 years. I hope.
not.
That would be awful.
Yeah, unless there was like that time.
True. Oh,
Time
that
would have
been amazing.
amazing.
That would have been so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
See, we're connecting pieces of what they should have
You're
done.
right. Kind of looks like your point of view in like a haunted house, and, like
Yeah.
it was going around, which was cool.
That was cool.
But then there's this scene where the girl like crawls through this mud,
Yeah.
like pipe tunnel
Yeah,
for like
and there's
2 solid minutes.
Yeah.
She's just crawling.
yeah, and you see like a light that looks like a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're like, okay, so is she climbing out of a well?
And why is she climbing?
How did she get there?
Honestly, I don't know where the tunnel came from.
Yeah.
Why, Wendy?
I'm a talkative cat.
Wendy,
I love
come
talkative
here.
cats.
She, when no one pays attention to her, she just yells, "Come here,
Aw.
come say hi to Malcolm." Wendy.
Oh, you had to get like real.
I had to get stern, and she's like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
okay."
Okay.
This is Wendy.
Oh, she's a pretty chill cat.
There's just so many instances in this movie that it could have been way scarier, and I wasn't ever scared watching this. But another part like that is that she's up there with the guy, and they're like in the attic or whatever, and he's like, "If you don't look at the witch, she can't get you." And then he looks at her.
Yeah, I'm like,
Look, it's just
whoopsies.
yeah. Oops.
Whoops.
I thought it was really cool that she's like looking in her camera to see behind her to see where she's walking. And I was saying this to the guys at the studio. I was like, usually in scary movies, when people are screaming in a situation like this, I'm like, oh my, shut up.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
stop screaming. But this one, I was like, all she has to do is not look at the witch. The witch knows she's there already, so you can scream all you want.
Right.
Like if I saw a witch behind me and I'm like walking backwards and I'm just seeing her like right behind me, I would scream so loud.
Yeah, but like, oh, it's like,
And
I
right,
don't
you
know what to do.
can,
Yeah,
right? And
it's
so
like-
I thought that was cool and scary. Then she looks like she stopped and she like turns and then she gets.
Yeah, for some reason, something makes her turn around. I didn't get it though.
Oh yeah, was it a voice?
Voice?
Oh yeah, because the guy is like, "I'm so sorry," whatever your name is.
Yeah.
And then she hears the exact same sound bite, but it was also the witch tricking her, I guess.
Very confusing,
Yeah.
messy.
Yes.
It's extremely messy. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to describe it.
It is. Yeah,
Like,
that's good.
Because it like takes us, like it tries to draw us in, but it's just such a mess with all these characters and introducing these new rules and
Yeah.
shaky cameras
Yeah.
and screaming.
So much yelling. Yeah, when she was going through the tunnel, the noises she was making were like, "Nyah, nyah, wah, mm, buh."
You
What
just
is it doing?
you're the director like more.
And like you didn't see her, so I just imagined it's just like a voiceover. So I just imagined her in front of this mic, just "Nyah, nyah, ah."
It's like,
And they were obviously like, "Yep, that's it. Keep
yeah,
it.
that's the take.
That's the one."
That's the magic. Lightning in a bottle.
I always wonder when things like that happen if the actor watches the movie, because of course she did other takes.
Oh yeah, you do multiple
So
takes.
like, I wonder if she watches it and
She's
it's
like,
like,
"I can't
that's the one they went with.
That's
That's the one they went with.
I know I do that sometimes. I'm like, I can't believe
That was
it.
the one I did such a better take. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Overall thoughts. What do you think?
Overall, I liked the first one better. The first one, it was more solid, a tighter cast that all delivered their roles well enough, and I understood the basic plot. Even though it didn't lead to anything, I still understood what was going on to a degree. In the second one, I just didn't know what was going on, and I like checked out so many times. I'm like, let me rewind that just in case I missed something, and it turned out I did.
I wish that the first one had more of the time loop aspect.
Yeah.
And I wish that it obviously that it led to somewhere, but I do think I liked the first one better too. It just the second, like it tried.
It crammed in a ton
much.
of stuff.
Yeah, because I do really like the lore that they created around her.
Yeah, there's some great lore.
But I feel like I mean like we could make our own Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Just as good.
Honestly, I was so confused. Everything was so confusing. I couldn't tell where any of the characters were. Who were all these people? It was so boring. Yeah, so boring, wasted time. It was only in theaters for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm so sorry. Oh, what? Not to toot our own horn.
But toot toot, you're fine. Oh, okay. I don't want everyone to think that I'm like holding you against your will. So you have to calm down. Simmer.
Aw, yeah. She's like, I'm out.
Nope.
It's like, nope.
I have no interest in this Tamara.
They're adorable.
Thank you. They're my little cat children.
Oh.
Well, that is what we thought of Blair Witch 1999 and 2016. If we could do another team up for like a single movie, I think it'd be better if we did like a, what do you think it should be?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Something that, I don't know, it'd be fun to do something that we could both like be one of the characters for.
Right.
Or
like make a little mini parody or something.
yes, yes. So give us your ideas. Let us know what you would like.
Yeah, because I haven't seen a lot of stuff either. Like,
I'm not the only one. Okay. Bye, guys.
See ya. Thanks for having me. Oh.